So now that we know where we can get our absolute best light, another form of diffusion, besides a window or some diffusion paper, is clouds. The best kind of shooting, especially when you're outside, is when you have some clouds overhead, because now you don't have the sun shining directly on your face or directly on whatever you're shooting, because as we'll see later on, it creates these rough shadows and the camera just cannot pick everything up. And so you'll either lose the lighter colors, they'll get blown out and be all white, or the dark will get crushed. The blacks will all get crushed. You can't see anything in there. So we want it in the middle, and the clouds absolutely provide that. We don't have all these harsh shadows. Everything kind of gets mixed around as the light is able to bounce. It goes through the clouds and goes everywhere. So clouds is another excellent form of diffusion. You'll find as you start shooting and when you go outside that the really sunny days are so tough. I mean, not only are you squinting, but you might be in the sun and walk into the shade and your whole camera goes black. Yeah, we don't like that. We like it when we can walk anywhere and the settings that we're using are picking up a great image where we can see both the light colors, the dark colors, and everything in between. So, now that we understand that the sun is the most amazing light that we could use, and we understand that diffusion, whether it's through clouds, whether it's through other objects, is the best form of the sun that we could use, how do we use the sun itself to maybe get the look that's best for us and what we're looking for? Because how we use that is going to determine that. Now, if you look at different TV shows, for instance, they use lighting a lot to set the mood. Comedy, it's always really bright. If you look at maybe a comedy set, they have all kinds of lights up in the ceiling that you can't see, but that makes sure that everything is well lit, bright, colorful, fun. On the other end of the aspect, where you have really, really moody stuff like high drama, they want the shadows. And so they use those shadows to make a really, really dramatic look. And then you can have somewhere kind of in between, which is more what I go for when I'm shooting. And so I want to give you an example of exactly what that looks like. So right now, you may have noticed that I'm shooting at an angle. What that does is it gives me a little bit of a variety. So I have the sun is coming over here and it's hitting my face at an angle. So it's not getting right on the side, because if I go on the side, see what happens with those shadows? This is a little moodier. Just a little moodier. And I want to have a little bit more light on this side of my face. I want it to trail off just a little bit. So that's why I chose this angle here. But as we go around like this, now if I wanted to go for more of the sitcom look, that would be more direct. So see that is directly the sun, the light from the windows coming directly in on my face. This is a lot more common for sitcoms and things like that, but do you see how it flattens my face? Everything is kind of one-dimensional. It's not as interesting of a look. There's no shadow. We can't see the contour and detail as well, because everything's just getting blasted right in front. So generally, talking directly to the camera, that's great. A lot of times I won't choose to have my light directly behind it. Now there are situations where people do choose to do that. They might put, like a lot of bloggers are using these round lights and they'll put that right around the camera, and it gives this cool look in their eye. That can work great. It's just a different look. It's not the one that I go for. A lot of times those people also, they'll have that round look to kind of take away too much shadow, but they'll also have one on the side because they want to get some of that contour and they want to shape the light a little bit around the face because they feel it's more interesting. Now I want to give you another example of high drama lighting. So as you can see, when I'm over here like this, again, my face gets much darker over here. And this would be more the scene that I might do when I'm talking about something serious. And I just very seldom talk about serious subjects when I'm vlogging or doing that type of communication. I'm also usually moving quite a bit. So if that's what you're going for, then using your camera to get a lot of darkness over here, great choice.